Generally speaking, loan means you are giving something for them to use. You are lending something. Here in business, it can be money, but otherwise loan can be in the form of a thing also. Home loan, whenever you are availing a home loan, you need to give some security deposit or you need to give some collateral security. So that comes under secured loan. Here you can see very formally, very humbly they have requested for the loan. They have also given all necessary documents wherein the bank will not have a point to reject the loan. Hello everyone. I am Dr. Shalini, Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Today we are here to understand one of the letter items prescribed by University of MYSURU for 4th Sem B.B.A. This is under your business correspondence section. We are going to understand about request for loans, overdrafts and suitable replies for that. Okay, so let us understand what is there in today's session. In today's session, we are going to understand about the meaning of a loan, that is what is a loan and which are the different types of loans, and also we will understand what is the meaning of OD or overdraft. Then what is the format to request for a loan or an OD and a sample request for a loan or OD. Okay, I have not included the sample reply. That is because replies will usually be in the format of a formal letter. You have already seen how to write a reply letter in one of the previous sessions. So here the reply letter is not included. However, I will be telling you about the format of reply letter in this session. So let us begin our session by understanding the meaning of a loan. So what is a loan we need to understand first. So to understand the meaning of loan, that is to loan is defined as to give someone money. So money transaction is involved here. We are talking only about money, nothing else. To give someone money that will be repaid with interest. Yes, interest also is included here, or an object that will be returned. Okay, so generally speaking, loan means you are giving something for them to use. You are lending something. Here in business, it can be money, but otherwise loan can be in the form of a thing also. Fine. So this is the general definition of a loan. Loan terms are agreed to by each party before any money is advanced. Before giving any money, before lending any money, there is a set of terms and conditions that each party has to agree. There will be two people involved in it. That is one person who is lending, the other person who is borrowing. Okay, so there will be usually two people involved in it, and there are few terms and conditions that both of them have to agree when money transaction is involved. A loan may be secured by collateral such as a mortgage, or it may be unsecured such as a credit card. So whenever you have a mortgage as a collateral security, you know that the loan is going to come back. Fine. It can be unsecured also. How is it? Through a credit card, wherein there will be only documents of the person who is availing the loan. Other than that, there will be no security deposit that is done for repayment of loan. Whereas in secured loan, there will be something wherein you can get the loan back. There will be some property that will be pledged or anything like that to get the loan back if at all the person who has availed the loan doesn't pay back the amount. Whereas in unsecured loan, there will be nothing such. This is an example for that. Fine. Now, let us understand the types of loans that are there. So there are two different types of loans, that is secured loans and unsecured loans. Under secured loans, we have various types, that is home loan. Whenever you are availing a home loan, you need to give some security deposit or you need to give some collateral security. So that comes under secured loan. Loan against property. So you are going to pledge some property or mortgage some property and then avail the loan for that. Loans against insurance policies. You can even pledge the insurance policies and get some loans. So that those are considered as emergency funds. Gold loans are also available. So you pledge your gold either in a bank or in any cooperative bank or with any banker or somebody, then you can avail loan for that also. Upon your repayment, whatever product you have pledged or whatever collateral you have given as a security will be returned to you. So this gold loan also comes under a secured loan kind. Loans against mutual funds and shares. So these are also ways in which you can avail loans. Mutual funds also can be pledged, shares also can be pledged, and you can avail loan from that. Loans against fixed deposits. So fixed deposits also will fetch you loans. So all these come under secured loans because you are pledging something, you are giving something to the person who is providing you the loan, and then you are availing the loan here. That is the reason it is considered as secured loan. The loan is secured at the person who is giving it. Fine. Let us move on to the unsecured loan. So personal loan, yes, you give lot of documents here, but you're not giving any collateral when it comes to unsecured loans. So personal loan is one such unsecured loan. Then short-term business loans also. You would have given all the business documents over there for security, but that will not assure the repayment of loan. For that, they need to have any collateral loan, deposit that is required. Okay. So here it is short-term business loan that comes under unsecured loans. Then we have flexi loans, like the varied interest and all. So that way it is actually flexi loan. It is flexible loan for us. Then we have education loan also. So that is based on a few documents that are given by the students to the bank or some organizations which provide these educational loans. So they can start paying back after they get a job or maybe after a fixed time period. Fine. So this comes under unsecured loan because students are not giving any collateral security over here for assurance of paying back of this loan. Then we have vehicle loans. You pledge your vehicle and then get a loan that comes under secured loan. Okay. So here vehicle loans also come under unsecured loan over here. Fine. That means you are getting a loan on your vehicle. You're just placing your documents there. Though you're pledging your documents, that doesn't assure the repayment of your loan. Fine. At the person who is giving you the loan. So that also comes under unsecured loan. So these are the two different types of loans that are trending in the market. So let us now move on to understand the meaning of OD. What is an OD? So yes, this is a business term. So this is expanded as overdraft. Fine. What is an overdraft? This is actually, this overdraft lets you to borrow money through your current account. So this is something related to current account. Whatever personal account you open in banks, those are all savings account. So whatever business account you open in the banks, that will be current account. Fine. So current account, by taking out more money than you have in the account. So suppose you have say an amount of 1 lakh rupees in a current account, you can borrow more money. So OD limit will be set by the bank based on the transaction that you do. Okay. So here you can withdraw more money. Suppose you have 1 lakh of money in your bank account, that is current account, you can withdraw up to 3 lakh or maybe 5 lakh. So I'm just giving you an example that purely depends on the terms and conditions of the bank and the transaction which you do. Your transaction history is good, then of course it will be a very clean way of getting the OD done. Fine. So this is nothing but OD, that is overdraft, borrowing more money. That is also a kind of loan, but you'll be borrowing more money in comparison to what money you have in your account. Okay. So let's now look at the format of this loan or OD request. What is the format in which you have to write this OD? So here is the format. So you have to write it in, you have to enclose this in a box. So that thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, you are enclosing it in a box. It starts with the name of the company or institution. You can either write it under a letterhead or you can also write it in a plain sheet of paper with the name of the institution that is there on top. Okay, so name of the institution or company will be there on top first, then comes the phone or the contact details here. Okay, so then comes the phone or contact details. On the right side will be the address and the date. Okay, so yes, this follows the format of a formal letter only. Okay, but since you're enclosing this in the box to show that it is a letter, you're writing it slightly different. Okay, the address will be on the right side. So you are going to make it in the format of a letterhead only. Fine, letterhead will follow this format only. It is like this, and it will start with the name of the company, right? You have already seen that, right? Letterhead will have the name of the company first. Fine, then phone number, that is the contact details, then the address. Of course, date will be there. Date will be in an elaborate form. Usually you write it in the elaborate form only. Okay, so then we have this recipient's address, to whom you are writing. Okay, so that you will be writing it here. The recipient's address will be there. Then comes the salutation. You remember salutation, you address the person how you are addressing. Okay, dear sir, respected sir or madam, whatever it is. If you know the person, like you know it is a man or a woman who is heading the institution, you can just say, or the concerned person whom you are writing the letter to. If you know if it is male, you can say sir. If you know it is female, you can write it as madam. If you are not aware of who that person is, you can just mention respected sir or madam. Yes, that is what you're going to do in any of the formal letters, isn't it? So salutation will come next. Next comes the body of the letter. Okay, so actual content of the letter will be here in the body of the letter. Yes, let me just tell you here, this as I told you, this follows the format of a formal letter. But here the subject line is optional for you. If you want to write a subject line, you can mention it. If you don't want to do it, you need not have to do it. But mentioning a subject line will not deduct marks for you. Okay, so just if you want, you can do it. But since you are writing a very short letter, okay, and the introduction paragraph in the you are going to mention what you are talking about in the introduction. So you need not have to mention it in the subject line again. Yes, coming to the end of the letter, after the actual content, that is the body of the letter, you will write the introduction, the main content. At last, you will have this closing paragraph also. Okay, then you will have this salutation again, complimentary close or the closing salutation. Then comes the name of the person, then comes the designation. Okay, so what is the designation of that person who is writing the letter? Fine. So let me just tell you here, recipient's address. Okay, if you know the designation of the person you are addressing, so you can write the designation here. Okay, you can write the designation of the person you are writing the letter to. Okay, so this is the format for a loan or OD request. Okay, so this is more or less related to the request letter you have already learnt. Fine. This I took it up because though it follows the format of a formal letter, it is slightly different. Okay, the places of few things vary here. That is the reason I have taken it up. Okay, reply letter usually follows the format of a formal letter only. You need not have to learn it separately. You can follow the format of a formal letter. Now, let us see a sample letter. Okay, that is written for request of OD or the loan. Let us have a look at the sample. How is it written? So here you can see this is written by Super Stationers Private Limited. You can consider this as a letterhead also, or you can consider it as a letter written on plain paper also. Okay, so first comes the name of the institution. As I told you, the company which is writing the letter. Okay, so name of the company comes first, then comes the phone number as we saw, then comes the phone number. Then on the right part, you have this contact address. So this is the address and the date. As I told you, date will be in elaborate form. Okay, so 15th February 2004, it's in elaborate form. You are not writing it by putting some dot or slash or anything. You are not writing it this way. Okay, you are not writing it this way also. Okay, so both are not allowed. You have to write it in elaborate form only. Okay, so then we have this address also above the date. Then we have the recipient's address here. As I told you, you are writing it to some person. isn't it? So this shows the designation of the person you are addressing the letter to. Okay, so designation can be written here. Okay, then the address. Okay, so this is written to the manager of Axis Bank, Tyagaraja Road in Mangalore. Okay, so this is the address of the recipient. Then we have the salutation. Okay, yes, dear will not be used in a formal letter. But here it is used because you know the person, you have a close contact with the person, business relationship you can say. Okay, so this you have with that person. So you are allowed to use dear sir. Apart from that, you can also use respected also if at all you don't want to use dear. Okay, instead of dear, you can also use respected. That doesn't matter. Fine. Then we have the actual content. But this is divided into intro paragraph. Okay, you just introduce the subject what you're writing, then the actual content. Okay, this will have the actual content and this will be the closing paragraph. Okay, so these are the three different paragraphs you must have in your letter, or maybe in your anything for that matter, essay writing, article writing, letter writing, anything for that matter. You must have this introduction and the ending paragraph also. Fine. So to introduce, what are you talking about? You have not written the subject. Mind it, you have not written the subject. So you are supposed to introduce the topic what you're talking about. Okay. So here, please find enclosed with this letter. So he is enclosing something, my application in the prescribed form. So the bank itself has a prescribed form in order to apply for what? For a loan of 1 lakh rupees. Okay, extending our business. So this person is asking for a loan, not OD. This person is asking for a loan. So how do you write a letter for OD? You just need to interchange the words here. Okay, instead of loan, you have to specify OD. That's it. Okay, so here if you write loan, it is for a loan application. If you write for OD, it is for overdraft. Okay, so you just need to alter the words. So here he is requesting for a loan. Why is that loan? He wants to extend his business. Fine. So our firm is an old customer of your bank. See how they draw that goodwill to that company side. Okay. So this is an old customer of your bank. And we have availed loans in the past. So he also gives an account. He also gives a record of what has happened earlier. Okay. So they have already availed loans in the past and they have a clear repayment history also. Okay. Past for establishment of our business and we have been punctual in our repayments. So he also gives a record that they have been repaying the amount very regularly. So repayment history is very clean there. Please be informed that your assistant manager has checked the total number of orders in hand. That means in order to extend the business, they are requesting the loan. But at the same time, bank will be worried whether they'll be paying back the amount or not. So it is very necessary for that person, the businessman, to provide details about the orders in hand so that they will be assured that they are going to do the business and pay back the loan amount. So the assistant manager has already checked the orders in hand and also what is their annual turnover. Okay. So all necessary documents along with sketches for expansion of the building are also enclosed. So these are the necessary documents that are enclosed here. So the sketch has to be enclosed because they want to make sure that they how much they will be expanding. Okay. So that they have also enclosed there. So they are supposed to, before that only assistant manager has already checked the documents. Okay. So here now they are enclosing these documents, that is sketches for expansion and also the necessary documents, means what is their annual turnover for everything, whatever the assistant manager has already checked, for that necessary documents have already been provided over there. Okay. So then a number of our clients also introduced to your branch. So this is another advantage of these people there. So many clients of this business firm has already been introduced to the branch there in order to open the account. We shall be much obliged if this loan could be sanctioned at the earliest. Look at the language. It is very formal. Okay, very humble kind of a language. So there is a request in each and every word. You can feel that, isn't it? Yes, they could have just told, see, we have so much, you can just give the loan. Okay, but here you can see very formally, very humbly they have requested for the loan. They have also given all necessary documents wherein the bank will not have a point to reject the loan. Okay, so this way, even you, whenever you are applying for loan or OD or anything like that, you must look into those documents which will fetch you loan, okay, which will not go as a failure. Okay, so if at all your repayment history is not clear, then you need to think about that. Okay, you have other ways of applying for loan for that. Okay, so you need to think of such documents wherein the bank will not be rejecting your loan. Okay, if at all you are hitting a bullet, it should go and reach the target. Fine. So that way you need to draft a letter with all supportive documents. So here at last you have this closing salutation, then the name of the person who is supposed to write over here, write this letter, and also the designation, that is managing partner. Okay, so just now we saw the format and also a sample of request for OD or a loan. Okay, as I told you, you need to change the language in order to apply for an OD. Fine. If at all you are asking for an OD in order to extend your business, instead of loan, you just have to write OD. Fine. So whatever reason it is, you are just writing it here. So this is just a sample. So you need to practice more by taking many other ways in which you can apply for loan. Yes, we shall have a practice when you come for this physical classes. Okay. So by this we have come to an end of this session. This was all about request for loan, OD and suitable reply. Fine. So in our coming sessions, we are going to learn more and more letter writings, and also we'll be learning about one of the dramas that is prescribed by University of Mysore. So let us meet again in another more interesting session, children. Keep learning. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. See you shortly.